All right, gang. We are just about to hit 9 o'clock. I hope everybody's well. And welcome to everybody that actually doesn't have a clue who I am. I'm going to explain all that in a sec. But hopefully, we just stroke past 9 a.m. And hopefully, we'll get a few people coming on to say hello, team. It's a very, very, very good morning to you all. I hope everybody's going well. I'm going to wait for a minute or two just to let people trip on. I know it's 9 a.m. I've got everything telling me that everything is happening now on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. Wonderful. As a little FYI, I'm sure a bunch of you will know what StreamYard is, but this is the platform that I'm streaming on. It's something that I've been using for a long, long time now. It's a bloody useful platform. It really, really is, and tremendously cost effective if you are looking to do this sort of thing. And particularly if you're looking to stream things like auctions or webinars or investor nights or anything of that sort of nature, this is the platform to use 100%. I mean, you can do branding. Look, you've got my logo up here. You can do branding and all this sort of stuff, and it's really, really cool. Very, very easy to use. Rhonda, hopefully you are well. I don't know if you've started in your new role yet, but if you have, I hope everything's going well with the crew and the leader that I know very, very well. I don't want to disclose just in case you haven't. Team, without further ado, it's 9:01 and I want to crack on, as I'm sure a whole bunch of you want to do as well, being on Monday morning, 9 a.m. A very warm welcome to this morning's stream. It is a big announcement, right? It's a big announcement. Is it really something that I was planning on doing right now? Possibly not, but the timing is never going to be 100% perfect, and the timing is very much now for me to crack on with what I feel I'm supposed to be doing, particularly in the real estate space. It's something that I've been doing for a little while already, but now it's time to step out and move formally as my own entity. So without further ado, team, and by the way, if you do want to put some comments in there just to say hello, let me know that you're having a watch and paying attention and all that sort of stuff would be really, really cool. That would be awesome, and I can see all the comments coming through here on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So please make sure that you pop in the comments, say hello, let me know who you are, where you're from, and how you're going out of 10. It's something that is an old habit that is never going to die, is making sure that I'm checking in with everybody and making sure that everybody's going well. Team, why the hell am I even here, right? Why the hell am I, and who the hell am I? For a lot of you who haven't even got a clue who I am, I wanted to formally introduce myself. My name is Andy Reid, and I am what I like to refer to as the professional human. Now, what the hell is a professional human, right? For me, being a professional human is about being absolutely comfortable in who you are and still maintaining a degree of success. I don't know if any of you have heard of that phrase, right? Nice guys finish last. Well, I kind of disagree. I do feel that you can be absolutely who you are and still be successful in the role that you are in. I truly, truly believe that. It's something that has taken me a hell of a long time to get to, and it's taken some heartache, some heartbreaks. It's taken some real stressed out moments for me to be able to get to this point, but I'm really, really glad that I have. It's been a journey that I've been super, super proud to head along, and I've been super proud to have the people join me on those parts of the journey as they have done. And basically what I want to do, team, is hopefully instill a degree of inner confidence within the real estate space so that you can, like I said, be successful in who you are, but also be able to convey and feel comfortable in conveying who you are as a professional to your client base, right? That's pretty much my ethos. But to give you a bit of an overview as to who I even bloody am. So basically, my name's Andy. I'm a POM, if you can't tell. Been in Australia for about 13 years. Now, a lot of people sort of tend to think, well, who the hell is this guy? How the hell does he think he can even be a coach? It's just another coach. Those who can't do coach, and so on and so forth. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a background so that you've got a bit more of an understanding, a bit more confidence that I actually may have one or two things to say that is relevant to you and your business, your life, your career moving forward, right? So I actually have a degree in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. I did it with Spanish for a little while, but don't try and test my old lingo on that nowadays. Anyway, I've forgotten most of it. But I started out doing a degree in engineering, but fell in love with the hospitality industry. So by the time I was 21 and I finished my bachelor's degree in engineering, I went on to walk into a role where I was basically running at 21 a $13.4 million hospitality firm in the northeast of England. I was running around about 250 staff and doing a hell of a lot of turnover, right? We were basically tracking around about 1% behind merchandise sales because it was a big sports organization, right? So we were doing a hell of a lot in the hospitality space, and I was in charge of all that at 21 years old. I then went on to run a couple of hotels and food and beverage departments in a hotel, in a resort. And then from there, I moved down to London, where I was the GM of a vodka bar in southwest London. Now, the turnover of that one was around about $3.4 million per year. But obviously being in London, being on the high street, being in the environment of a late night bar, obviously held a lot of pressure in itself in terms of making sure that everybody was right, making sure that people weren't absolutely going off the brains with various concoctions in the toilets and all that sort of stuff, right? So dealing with lots and lots of different pressures from lots and lots of different people was very much what I was all about from an early stage. Now, when I moved over to Australia, I had the worst start to a work career ever. I started doing door-to-door sales of tire packages on a commission-only role. Lasted a day and a half when I was getting sent into preteen kids stores trying to sell car servicing packages, which I didn't think was really a bit of a match. But anyway, did that for about a day and a half. Then I started working in a cafe, and then a massive hailstorm caved the cafe kitchen in, so that was wonderful. I eventually started working in a service centre at Vodafone and started getting a bit of an idea as to the corporate environment in Australia. And then my beloved former father-in-law, Malcolm Sloan, got me into real estate in 2010. Okay, so that's where I started my career, working in sales, obviously. Now, I sold 3 houses in my first month. 3 houses in my first month, and then did nothing. I really struggled for a few months after that, and really struggled to find myself in my place within the real estate space. Eventually something clicked and the penny dropped, and it's a good job, so I was going to send myself into a loony bin if I didn't. And then, as they say, the rest is kind of history. I was up to running between sort of 60 to 90 sales transactions each year, and that is without the help of an assistant in any way, shape or form. I ran a sales team eventually and looked after those guys, and from there there's been a couple of people that have gone on to do some incredible things, the likes of Joe Mooney in Melbourne, Adrian Shaw, who's headed off to Australia and is doing New Zealand, and is doing some wonderful things. And then from there I started my auction firm. So 2012 was when I did my first auction, and it was hilarious, and it's on VHS. And so I'm going to dig it out and get it digitally and get it sort of converted at some stage. Fell in love with auctioneering, and of course, as a lot of you do know me, I am in the auctioneering space and love doing the art of auctions, the craft of auctioneering. But I do feel that I've got a greater part to play within the space of real estate, particularly in connections with customers, and also in the headspace, mental health space, and motivation space within the real estate industry as well. So that's basically me in a nutshell, right, gang? Now, the next thing I want to mention is what the hell is my purpose of doing this. Now, I'm going to be honest, I could probably make a lot more money doing something else. Not going to lie, right? I could go be a salesperson again and write my 70, 80, 90 odd transactions a year, be happy, earn loads of money, and all the rest of it. However, I just wouldn't feel as fulfilled as what I am going to be by being able to help the industry at scale. Okay. Now, I don't want to say I'm biblical, right? I am not the most religious person in the world. So don't believe me when I say I'm not going to be referring to the Bible all that often. But there's this fable in the Bible that talks about how, you can give a person a fish and they can feed themselves for a day, teach a person to fish and they can feed themselves forever. Well, that's kind of the mentality that I want to take coming into this part of the industry. Now, I'll tell you now, I am not leaving the front line of the industry. I'm still going to be conducting auctions every single weekend. I'm still going to be doing vendor meetings. I'm still going to be tag teaming listing presentations. I'm still going to be doing role plays. I've been doing role plays and listing presentations and things pretty much every day for almost 13 years. Okay. So for those of you that feel that I don't have a place in this coaching space purely because of the fact that I'm not listing and selling every single day, you're really kidding yourselves. I'm very much on the front line. And this isn't a chip on the shoulder, but this is just a line in the sand. I very much am on the front line of real estate every single day. I have a vendor meeting tonight. I've got a vendor meeting on Wednesday. I've got a vendor meeting on Friday. I've got a stack of auctions on the weekend. So for those of you that are wondering if I'm even bloody relevant, well, that'll tell you right now, that is exactly why I'm getting into this coaching space, because I feel that there is not a need to change the way that training is done, because I'm not here to reinvent the wheel, gang. Each situation is a situation that everybody's encountered a whole bunch of times, right? If you've been in the space more than 5 minutes. The difference for me is the fact that I do tend to look at things from a slightly different perspective, in the sense that I automatically go customer first. And this is from the hospitality days, right? I automatically go customer perspective first and then reverse engineer solutions and outcomes so that customer is happy, but also business is content as well. Now, don't get me wrong. Whenever I say I'm a customer focused trainer or coach or person in this real estate space, a lot of people can think a bit like I'm a bit airy fairy, dancing around a campfire, singing Kumbaya, all that sort of jazz. I couldn't be further from the truth. When I say that I am customer focused, I am very much aware that there is a P&L that needs to be answered to. All of the stuff that I talk about is tremendously practical. I wouldn't be suggesting that you do X, Y, and Z for a customer if it's going to send you broke, because then what's the point in doing it? But I am very much customer solution focused, right? I've done some talks, especially early this year, where I'm talking about the same stuff that other trainers and coaches and people and leaders in the industry talk about, but the way in which I explain it allows me to be able to provide a simplification of the process in relation to how you connect with consumers. Hence why part of my purpose is to create connection. Now, you'll see on the bottom of the screen there, it says to create success, influence, connection, and happiness. It's because I have got a very, very fine balance between keeping the P&L happy, keeping your customer happy, and really well keeping you happy as well. That's the balance that I want to achieve in the real estate space, and I firmly believe it's achievable. I really, really do. I've been road testing the things that I've been talking about and theorizing around and all that sort of stuff for a good couple of years now, and it's working. So this is why I'm stepping out and going one out as a coach, speaker, and trainer within the real estate space, and then potentially beyond, but let's just stick to the ground that we are comfortable on. Now, in terms of my key focus areas, this is something that I want to make very, very clear for those of you that are decision makers that are looking for something different in the training space and all that sort of stuff. For me, my key focus areas are going to be around sales, of course. That is my bread and butter. So the sales side of the real estate space is something that I'm very much attuned to. I do really do feel, and I'm not one, for those of you that do know me, I'm a relatively humble guy, but at the same time, you have to have a degree of confidence in who you are and what you are capable of. I am very, very confident that the way in which I present and coach listing presentations is a methodology that does provide success for a hell of a lot of real estate agents. And it doesn't matter whether you've been in the game for 5 minutes or 15 years, it doesn't matter. Anybody who's done some listing presentation work with me, either one-on-one or in a group setting, has ended up getting better and improving their success rate at the listing table. And I've got all sorts of proof in terms of the people that I've helped in order to justify that opinion, okay? So listing presentation in particular is something that I like to think I'm pretty good at. Now, the other areas of focus that I really want to really tune into and focus on is making sure that the whole notion of being a success in who you are, the whole fake it till you make it thing, it's gone, it's done. It's the 90s, it's 90s vernacular. It really, really is. But at the same time, I do feel that there's too much imposter syndrome in our space, and I've been a victim of it myself, right? I totally am a victim of it myself. I do feel that there's too much imposter syndrome that prevents us from creating a degree of success by just being us, right? I'm very much a human first, professional second, but you do need to have both in order to be truly successful. Now that connects with the happiness side of things, right? Because if you're being who you are more often, you're a lot more comfortable in your own skin, you're not happy with who you are. Or if you're being who you are more often and you're not happy in who you are, then at least you can identify things that you can change in order to become happy. I'm not here like the Dalai Lama or Gandhi trying to tell you that I've got the solution to happiness in the real estate space, but what I can tell you is that I've got a fair few battle scars that you can learn from that can get you a step closer should you decide that that's what you want to do. Okay, so sales, I like the whole marketing branding side of things as well. I really, really do. I'm a massive geek, man. I mean, one thing that I did do between 2019 and 2021 was, or 2018 to 2021, I built and sold a small marketing business. So I managed to build something up to a point where it was sellable, and then I sold it. So I've got some experience personally, you know, hands dirty in the marketing space as well. This is one thing that I like to think that I'm good at. I can go into any part of your business, of your role, of your position, and be able to provide some degree of value to a number of different areas. Sales, marketing, the whole mental space, mental health, headspace, all that sort of stuff. I know that there's some incredible trainers doing a tremendous job, and there's some phenomenal initiatives like the Rise Initiative, which I would highly recommend that you guys get yourself along to. It's in Melbourne. I believe it's on the 29th of August. Get yourself down to the Rise Initiative because it's just a phenomenal program that does a hell of a lot in the mental health space and the happiness and the wellness space within the real estate industry. Very much an advocate for that. But I also want to talk about, because this is something I've been doing a lot of homework on over the last few years, and that is things like culture, value systems, and all those sorts of things. I do very much strongly believe that people still talk about cultures and values and things because they were told to, and they don't really understand why. And this is the whole point of me, you know, teaching people to fish so they can feed themselves forever. I don't want to teach you what you need to do or just how you can do it, but I want to teach you why. If I can provide a simplification to the process and to the industry, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to be able to do things a lot more consistently in a better way. All right? So this is the whole point of me being in this game, is to do exactly that. Is to provide a simplification that allows you to be who you are, be successful, have a level of influence, not only for yourself, but within your community as well. And I'm not talking about conning people into, like, I'm talking influence in becoming the go-to human in your space, in your community, in your territory. Because being a go-to human means that you have earned the trust of the people around you. All right? And that's what influence is all about, is earning the trust first in order to then provide a direction that is to the benefit of those around you. Now, I want to talk about culture just for a second, if I may. Culture for me is something that a lot of people are trying to get right, but are really, really failing. And if you think about it, a lot of sales roles now are becoming either commission only or 80% comms, or they're becoming very commission focused. The problem is you've got a lot of people, a lot of operations that are operating at a very similar level in terms of commission splits and whatnot. And then, therefore, there is very little reason for a lot of salespeople to even stay where they are. I know that some directors that might be listening to this and watching this are thinking, how the hell can I get people to stay? Like, trying to find new people is almost impossible. That's because we may say that we've got a culture, but we haven't got an active culture. An active culture is one that creates a stickiness within your organization that makes people not want to leave. The commission race has already taken place. The commission race has already taken place. We've got to start creating a stickiness in our organizations that are going to have the humans to want to stay. Especially down here in Melbourne, where I am, there are so many independent firms popping up left, right, and centre. And that's partly because of the fact that the organizations that allowed these people to come into the industry or gave these people a chance in the first place have just not created a level of stickiness that makes these people want to stay. They're going, well, I might as well go do it myself. That's not their problem. It's the organization's problem. And it's all around this whole topic of what a culture actually is and what it's designed to do. Same as values. Values are not some thing that you put up on the wall to sort of make yourself feel like you're Simon Sinek, right? Come on. Values are supposed to have an active role in your business, in your organization. There shouldn't be a whipping stick, but they should be an ethos that defines all the actions that you take within your organization and beyond to your consumers. So again, that's the sort of stuff that I really want to focus on. And that's the stuff that I'm going to be bringing out over the course of the next wee while. I'm here to stay, team. Like I said, I could go and make plenty more money doing other stuff. But I want to be here. I want to be here. Now, in terms of the services that I'm going to be providing, the first thing that I'm going to be coming out with, and it is very much going to be not first in best dressed, but it's going to be a first in smartly dressed, and you'll be getting into it, is I'm going to be launching today 20 mentorship programs, and I'm going to cap it at 20 mentorship programs, and I'm going to be making them very, very cost effective indeed. All right. So these 20 mentorship programs are going to be, and I'll reveal it now, they're going to be $800 a month with a 6-month term. I know that I could charge more, and I've been getting told plenty of times when I've been doing my research on all of this that I should be charging more. But to be frank, I really just don't care right now. I want to be able to help some people. But I'm going to be limiting it to 20. So whether you're in the sales space, whether you're in property management, whether you're in leadership, whatever it is, 20 mentorship spaces are becoming available as of today. I will cap it at 20. I am not going to take any more on because I want to be able to give enough time, space, and headspace to those 20 that I'm going to be working with that have trusted me over the course of the next 6 months. What we're going to do is go wherever you want to go. You give me a goal as to what you want to achieve out of the course of the next 6 months, and then we'll build out and formulate a plan that makes that happen. There's no such thing as a guarantee in life, right? But I know full well that there will likely be some activities, some accountabilities that I can certainly help you with by being your mentor. Now, as well as that, I've also put together a couple of slide decks in terms of topics of conversation that I'm more than happy to talk to if you are an organization that wants someone to come across and do some speaking of some description. Now, for a lot of people, a lot of the time, some of the stuff that I say goes in one ear and out the other, but the energy that I bring to things can tend to just provide a little bit of motivation or inspiration or whatever you want to call it. So for those of you that are running organizations and you are looking at setting up, or you're finishing off setting up the second half of the year, or you're looking at planning 2024, then I'm absolutely happy to send you through slide decks, speaking decks, so that you can have a look at what it is that I really want to focus on in terms of my speaking side of things, and hopefully find something in there that you feel is going to be of use to you and your organization moving forward. So those are the two things that I'm going to be focusing on in the short term. In the medium term, I'm building out a membership section of my website, andyreid.com.au. And in that membership section, there's going to be some exclusive content around video interviews and things like that I'm going to be doing over the course of the next few months. But as well as that, there's going to be forms, there's going to be some actionable things that you can download and use in your business, in your organization as well. So I am building that out in the back end as we speak. And then from there, I'm going to take a look and see how I can help the industry as the best that I possibly can. So 20 mentorships available as of today. Get yourself in, register your interest, either shoot me a comment in here and I can send you through some information. I can send you through the application form. DM me if you want to, and I will send you through the link to the application form. You can put your details in there and we'll go from there. Or you can shoot me an email at andy@andyreid.com.au, and I will send you through the application form for you to be able to fill out as and when you can. Don't mess about though. There is a small waiting list for I am tremendously grateful for. So if you are interested, make sure you get in touch with me ASAP so that I can get to your application, have a look through it, and then hopefully find a synergy so that we know that we're going to be well working with each other. Team, I'm going to love you and leave you. I was taking up 25 minutes of your time, and it is the start of a Monday. I appreciate you will have a shed load of stuff to do. So I'm going to let you go crack on with that. All right. I want to thank everybody for their support. I want to thank Century 21. I want to go on record and say Century 21, Charles Tarby, James Bell. Thank you so much for the last couple of years. The opportunities that role has created for me has been incredible. It's been something that I'll be forever grateful for. So thank you to them. Now's the time though for me to step out and really take ownership of who I am. Practice what I preach, gang. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Connect with me on Facebook, connect with me on Instagram, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm even on this Threads thing, but I've got to be honest, I've not quite worked out how I'm going to best use that because it's brand new, and I know there's 40 odd million people using it already, but I'm not sure if anyone has a clue what we're going to do with it. Anyway, I'll work it out. But team, connect with me as best as you can. If you are interested in the mentorship program, let me know ASAP. Send me your email address. I'll send you through an application, or shoot me a telephone number. I'll take you through the application form, and you can crack on, get that filled out. And I want to be starting those mentorships by August 1st. So you haven't got long to get yourself locked in. All right, team. I'm just so grateful for anybody that's tuned into this in any way, shape, or form at any stage. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Above everything else, though, gang, just stay healthy, stay happy. All right. Make sure you stay safe. And then if you do need any help, or if you want to find out more about the direction that I'm going in, just shoot me a text, drop me an email, send me a DM, and we'll book in a time to have a yarn. Take care, team. Stay safe, healthy, happy. Love you all. Take care. See you soon.